All right, what's up, everybody? So, we talked to you guys about the Miami aliens before, and I told you guys I thought there was something to it. Now, a lot of other conservatives, I was watching their channels, and they said, well, this is really nothing because of the timing of it. They said that it came out during the Epstein list, and they just wanted a distraction. Well, yeah, that's true, and it is a distraction. And I think this was a controlled release. That's what I said about the Miami aliens. Since then, we've had aliens being reported. If you want to call them aliens or extraterrestrials or whatever, I'll tell you what I think they are. I think they're demonic entities, and they've been there all along. But all of a sudden, you got to start questioning why are they coming up now? Yeah, it's a distractor, like I said, but a lot of people have been saying for the last several years we're in end times, and it's what's written in the Bible in Revelation. These things will happen before Jesus comes, and I'm a firm believer of that too. There is a guy that has come out on a TikTok video and says that he's working for the government, and basically that he's fearful that his life is going to be ended basically because of what he is exposing. Now, I think that what he's exposing, yeah, bits and pieces people didn't know, but overall, I think that people already knew about it. Honestly, I think this stuff wouldn't be happening if the government wasn't prepared for it. Now, yes, they've been lying to us about the existence of extraterrestrials ever since the Roswell incident. And honestly, I think even before then, you've got ancient paintings of UFOs coming in the times basically a little bit after Jesus. Way back then, you get paintings by Leonardo da Vinci or whatever and Michelangelo that have the UFO in the sky and stuff like that. But they've lied to us all these years, and you've always asked the question, well, why are they doing it? Well, all of a sudden now we're getting all these reports of extraterrestrials or whatever you want to call them. Like I said, I think they're demonic entities, and I think it's a controlled release. I firmly believe that these things wouldn't be as visible as they are if the government on some level wasn't allowing it to happen. And when I say government, I mean world governments. They're all tied together. There isn't one country independent of government unless you're like an island nation out off the coast of Africa or something, but most countries have a government, and they're all working together basically. And the guy that came out, he basically said that, like I said, he works for the government. He's got these super abilities from God. He thinks they're from God, which I don't doubt that they would be. But he never comes on and specifies exactly what they are. He just says he's got these. The most that he tells us is that he can predict things right before it happens of what somebody's going to do. And his name is Thomas LaRoque, and he's got a TikTok channel, and I'll try to see if I can't include a link in the description for you guys to click on. I'm going to go ahead and follow it myself, regardless of whether you believe it or not. But he said that when he signed up for the Army, that basically the FBI learned of his abilities to predict what people were doing, I suppose, and they followed him and surveilled him and watched him on all electronic media, and there was basically no real moment of privacy for this guy. So that's why he's working with them, because they pressured him into joining up with him once they learned what he could do. And he said that he himself has been followed by one of these, I'm going to call them demonic entities, out in, can't remember the name of the town, but he said it was in Oregon. And they're everywhere, guys. I mean, you're getting reports now of the Jews digging under the ground, under the Jewish synagogue in New York City, and a guy was in his house, and he said he swore up and down he was hearing the Jews were digging under his house, under his basement, and he called it into the authorities. Well, they found out it really was a thing, and there was a Jewish synagogue right beside it, and it was a cult of them, and they were going under these tunnels, and they found out that, I guess they were confronted about it, and they were saying that, well, they knew that there were these demonic aliens underground, and they went to explore and investigate it. So now that people have gotten wind of it, and they went down to explore as well, and they're finding that these creatures, whatever they are really down there. And not only that, but if you guys, one of my friends was telling me, if you look up the documentary on Helltown, Ohio, that there was a young woman who went, I guess, exploring down in the tunnels below the city of Helltown, I guess. And I'm not sure if that's actually the name of it, of the town. I don't know how I haven't heard of this before, but I was just told about it today, so I'm going to try to watch that documentary. But a woman went down there exploring, and the police lied about it and said that she was mauled by a bear. And my friend said there's no way that that was a bear. You can see horns on it and everything, so it's demonic. And I think that a lot of these creatures, what we're being told by Thomas LaRoque on his TikTok, is that they're of a much higher intelligence than what we are, and they're not being shy anymore. Now they're coming out. Now I still believe that this is a controlled release. I think that what's allowed to be revealed is being revealed. Yeah, it's a distractor from the Jeffrey Epstein list, but that stuff's been out for a long, long time. I mean, we've known the guys that were on that list. So, yeah, of course they don't want it to be known. They don't want you to know that Jeffrey Epstein's not even dead. And I said that before I created this YouTube, so you guys wouldn't have heard me say it. But I said it because I watched a video of where the ears were in a different spot and the eyes didn't look the same of Jeffrey Epstein as he was supposedly deceased laying in his jail cell. I knew back then it wasn't him. And now you're getting these Hollywood celebrities that are coming out and saying he's not dead. And that's what I said all along. He wasn't dead, and I held true to that notion. I've never changed my opinion on that. He's out there running around under the ground somewhere, very well protected by these sickos. But yeah, and it's unfortunate. You know, we've got trafficking going on all over, and I want you guys to stay tuned for these videos because we have got some really, really good things that we are about to release regarding people working for government jobs in this city in which I live. We are set and ready to expose a lot of things. So I highly encourage you guys to subscribe. I highly encourage you to follow because there's going to be some pretty good stuff. And then Thomas LaRoque talks about him risking his life doing it. This is what we need. We need people who are willing to be brash, to not be scared, to reveal, because everything in the darkness is going to come to the light. And no matter what happens, Jesus says, do not fear, for I am with you. You know, I mean, maybe we do meet our demise trying to blast this stuff, but at the end of the day, if your heart's set on doing the right thing and following Jesus, you know what? You win. So these guys, they think they have all the power in the world. They can do whatever they want. I've been there. I've seen a lot of this stuff. I've seen power trippers. I've fought it in the Army. I've fought it post-Army. This is what we do, guys. We're here to help you. We just want you to know exactly what's going on. So I'm set to explore a very scary place myself. We're getting a lot of, well, we're supposed to be getting a lot of snow. I think we're only going to get about 3 inches here in Parkersburg, West Virginia, but I'm going to brave through the snow here, and I'm going to explore the tunnels ourselves in our own city and see if our dog is not scared of a demonic presence underground here, because I'm telling you right now, something's going on, and I think it's worldwide. I think this stuff's happening all over, and God forbid if it's happening in this city, and I actually see it on a live stream for you guys going down there. Now, I don't want to build up any false hopes or anything because I don't know what I'm getting myself into. This could be a dead-end thing, but my friend found a secret tunnel, and I think it's time to explore it. So, wish me luck. I don't know. I don't know what to expect here, but this is kind of scary, but it's something that needs to be explored. So, stay tuned. We're going to get that video to you very soon. It's Friday Night Frights coming up tomorrow.